So I think we're going to shift gears a bit, and we're going to talk about the Steam Deck and the Steam Machine. So recently, I guess this is the Australian price, recently, 2 weeks ago now, Valve increased the price of the Steam Deck OLED, going from $8.99 Australian to $11.99, and the 1 terabyte from $10.49 to $14.29. What is the American pricing on that? Steam Deck OLED American price increase. So that was from, here we go, from the Steam announcement. Here we go. Perfect. So, wait, that's not showing the original price. Okay, thank you, Valve. Appreciate it. Reddit. Does Reddit have the answer? Reddit, can someone... Oh my gosh, show me both. What are the fucking both prices? What? BBC. Do you have the price? Okay, wait. 200... Show me the original fucking price. Show me. Okay, wait. We were talking about AI before? Okay. Thank you, AI overview bullshit. I don't want to search these articles. 700 wait, previously 549, now 789 for the 512, and 649, now 949 for the 1 terabyte. Now, the reason I talk about this is there was another announcement a little bit more recently, a couple of days ago, about a week ago now. We now know, at least at this stage, that the Steam Machine is shipping, or Steam Machine and Frame are shipping in summer. So that would be soon. It's when the fuck, what, USA summer months. I don't fucking, like, now. So now to August, basically. I did think it was getting a bit colder here. Yeah, it makes sense there's winter. It makes sense that it's winter here. So we still don't know what the price of the Steam Machine is going to be. But considering the Steam Deck, which is slower, older hardware, although it does have a screen, is $789 for the 512 model and $949 for the 1 terabyte model. What does that mean for Steam Machine pricing? Let's see if people have speculated. I did see a post the other day where someone was speculating that it was going to be like $700 for the Steam Machine. I cannot imagine it's going to be anywhere near that at this point. I don't know what price it has to be at to sell well, but a lot of people, like this post was saying, were expecting $700 to $800, and that would have been a good price. People would have bought that. Apparently, there was a leak of $1,300. I've not heard anyone reporting that leak, so mileage may vary on that one. Who knows? But I think there is a possibility at the very least. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think Valve is going to try their very hardest for the base model to be around $1,000. If possible, I think they're going to try to get the base model under $1,000 and maybe even take a hit on the base model. I know they've said they don't want to do so, but I think there's a possibility they do it just on, like, you know how we used to have the lower tier Steam Deck? I think there's a possibility they'll do the same thing here and then eventually discontinue it. And then I think mainline Steam Machine, I don't want to say it, but I think something like, I do think this 1,300 or 1,500 is likely. If it's anywhere above that, it's dead. It's entirely dead. Like, if you're spending more than 1,500 on this, it doesn't make any sense. Steam Machine also might be part of the reason why Steam Controller hasn't been back in stock. They might be holding stock to make sure Steam Machine people can get them, which would make sense as well. Who knows? What I do know is I am so worried that this is going to be a repeat of the old Steam Machine. I think things will be different, solely based on the fact that the old Steam Machine failed because Valve was a little bit too cocky in who was going to buy it and thought, oh yeah, we can just put it out there and we'll communicate with developers, we'll make this happen. But they relied on native games being a thing with the original Steam Machine, and that just simply was not going to happen. It like, how many units did they even sell of the original Steam Machine? I feel as though it was very small. I don't think they even sold 1 million. How many units did the original Steam Machine sell? Original under 500k. Some are saying around 300. Yeah. So not many. Like, not like in an insignificant amount. But let's put it in the context of best-selling consoles. There's a Wikipedia page for this one. So let's go. Yeah, number 58 on the list. It was less than the Next Playground, which is, what the fuck is the Next Playground? Some bullshit from 2023. The Pegasus, which is a Famicom clone. The Philips CDI, the Atari 5200, the Mega Drive. All of these sold at least 1 million units. So, like, way, way under that. I hope the Steam Machine, the new Steam Machine does better. I'm apprehensively excited. I think at the very least what the Steam Machine has done is shown both Deck and Machine, shown people that gaming on Linux is a real thing. So even if they are not going to buy a Steam Machine, they might game on Linux. I think at the end of the day, it's still a win for me. Although I would want Valve to win here as well, because if they win, that means that they've been invested into Linux for a long time. But if they win, they could justify being even more invested into Linux and like really, really push this. But I don't know. I think it's going to sell more than the original Steam Machine, assuming they can have it in stock. I think that's probably their biggest worry right now. Not are people interested in buying it, but can people buy it? Can you actually get your hands on it? Like, because that's been a problem this entire time. As for the frame, I know so little about the VR space that it is really hard for me to make any sort of like reasonable assessment on like what actually is going to happen there, right? I don't even like what headsets are people using now. Is it like I just knocked something off my desk. I don't know what I knocked off. I heard something bounce though. I'll find it afterwards. Like what headset are people using? I assume it's like an Oculus. What is the mainstream VR headset? I assume it's like an Oculus or Vive or something. MetaQuest? Oh, right, yeah, it's Meta now at this point, isn't it? Yeah. MetaQuest 3 is the gold standard standalone headsets. Obviously, you have the PlayStation VR 2, Vive Pro 2, just 1,600. Okay, that makes sense. I honestly had no idea. And that's another thing, right? Like, where's the frame going to be priced at? Like, what does it need to, firstly, what does it need to be priced at to sell well? Secondly, what is it going to be priced at in reality? Thirdly, is Valve going to release anything like they did with the Valve Index as a like marketing piece for the game, right? Like they had a Half-Life Alyx for that one. So a lot of people are like, ooh, could it be another Half-Life Alyx type thing? Could it be Half-Life 3? Ooh, Half-Life. A lot of people are like, you know what? I think that's going to be the biggest disappointment of the Steam machine when it actually has a price announced, when people can actually buy it, and they don't announce Half-Life 3. Because so many people are convinced that this is the time. We got Half-Life Alyx before. This is the time for Half-Life 3. It would be stupid, but they could just say fuck you and be like, yeah, we're officially releasing fucking Deadlock now. Because that's still in like early access or whatever it is, isn't it? Can you get the game yet? Yeah, no, it's still in the playtest. Deadlock is such a weird one. It's not what I want to talk about here, but like Deadlock is such a weird fucking game. Like, how many players does that game have? Yeah, it has fucking 30. Okay, it peaked at. There was like an update. Okay, it was a big update. It peaked at 112 max. Oh, launch. Peaked at 170. This was shortly after launch. Then it fell off for a while. There was an update, popped off a bit. Update, popped off a bit. Now we're at like 60k here. 30k right at this very, very moment. For a game that's not real. For a game that's not... Obviously, it's for a game that's not released, right? That's fucking crazy. Especially when you compare it to games that are released that people... don't care about, like Marathon. You have a game that it exists and people can play versus a game that doesn't exist and people can play that has fucking 5x the player count. You can only play this game if you're invited. Now, getting an invite is very easy. You just... Literally anyone on fucking Steam can get you an invite, apparently. I've been, like, when this game came out, I got sent, like, 7 invites. I don't care about it, but, like, I got sent a bunch of fucking invites, and you can just get an invite if you go ask on, like, Reddit or basically anywhere. It's such a, it is such a weird model. It's a very Valve model to handle things. I don't think they're gonna release it with the Steam machine. I think that would be a massive disappointment. I think they're not stupid. Maybe they do like a Deadlock update alongside the Steam machine. That I could see them doing. But whatever they do release, I really doubt it's going to be Half-Life 3. On that note, I need to play Half-Life 2 at some point. I actually have never played Half-Life. I've only played Black Mesa. So I need to play original Half-Life, and I need to play Half-Life 2 at some point. Just on the off chance that maybe, just maybe it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen, but could. It certainly could.